When was the last time you reviewed the beneficiaries on your accounts? Time goes by quickly, and as they say, life happens. Things change in your life, and because you're so busy, there's a tendency to put it at the bottom of your to-do list or even forget about it altogether. I'm Michael Davidson from BDA Financial. I'm going to spend some time on a costly mistake that we see regularly: beneficiary designations. You may understand that you can designate a beneficiary for your life insurance and retirement accounts, but do you know and understand that beneficiary designation controls those assets absolutely? This means the person or persons who you designate as your beneficiary will receive the asset regardless of how long it's been since you designated them, what your current intentions are, or even what your will or trust may say. When you were first hired by the federal government, you selected beneficiaries for the FERS, also known as your pension, TSP, and FEGLI. Federal employees group life insurance, however, some participants left those sections blank for one reason or another, or the beneficiaries originally selected are no longer wanted. For example, you may have an ex-spouse listed. When we meet with new federal employees, we always ask to see their TSP statements, because it is a quick and easy way to see if they've made a costly mistake by having no beneficiary on their TSP account, or if the beneficiary selected is not the one they wish to inherit the money. It's very common to see people with no designation listed. Don't be that person. Now, there are 4 different beneficiary forms within the federal system. The first is Form SF-3102. This is how you are selecting your survivor benefit at retirement. So most of you have not done this form yet. This form will be part of your retirement package. Next, we have Form SF-1152. This is unpaid compensation designation of beneficiary. This form is used if you die in the middle of a pay period as to who will get your last paycheck. Whoever is listed on this form will get that paycheck, so make sure it's correct. Next, we have TSP-3. This is the designation of beneficiary for your TSP account. Make sure when you view your TSP statements that your beneficiary is listed and that all personal data on the form is correct. Lastly, we have Form SF-2823. This is FEGLI designation of beneficiary. Make sure you get this right just in case something happens to you. If you have a change in marital status or any kind of change, make sure your beneficiary forms are updated and done correctly. Accounts outside of the federal government also have beneficiary designations. The COVID-19 pandemic unexpectedly took the lives of many loved ones and made us stop and reflect deeply about what's most important: health and family. With that in mind, there's no better time than now to check your beneficiary designations related to your retirement plan accounts, whether it's your 401ks, traditional IRAs, Roth IRAs, annuities, or life insurance. Ensure that they're all up to date and are in line with your overall estate planning goals. Many people mistakenly believe that their last will and testament will direct where their assets go after they pass away. This is only true, however, for probate assets. Non-probate assets, such as qualified retirement plans, traditional and Roth IRAs, annuities, and life insurance policies, and most assets within trusts, are directed only by your beneficiary designation. Exemption to this occurs if you fail to complete a beneficiary designation, or if you specifically name your estate as your beneficiary within the designation. Now, if you have non-qualified money, sometimes called a brokerage account, taxable account, or individual account, you need to set up a TOD, or transfer on death. It avoids probate and your money will go to that person that you've listed on the form. The TOD allows you to put a beneficiary designation on an account that typically doesn't have one. If you have bank accounts, CDs, or savings accounts, you should go to the bank and get a POD, payable on death. You don't want your beneficiaries to need money, especially when they can't access it because it's tied up in probate. These little things make sure your estate plan is done correctly without making costly mistakes. To go another step forward on ensuring your money passes the way you intended is to set up contingent beneficiaries just in case something happens to you and your primary beneficiary at the same time. This will help avoid probate. On some beneficiary forms, you can also add the terminology per capita or per stirpes. For example, if you have 3 children and you wish them to each inherit things equally, you would put down the term per capita. That means you must be present to win. If all 3 kids are living, then all 3 kids will get the portion, or a third, a third, a third. If only 2 kids are living, then they'll each get 50%. Now, if you use the term per stirpes, it preserves that family line. So if one of the children dies, the remaining children do not get 50-50. They'll both get a third, but the remaining family of that deceased child would get the other portion. There is a difference between per capita and per stirpes, so make sure you speak with someone to make sure you pick the right one. If you have questions on anything we've discussed in this video, please call us at our office at 703-779-7410 or schedule an appointment by clicking Schedule a Meeting in the top right section of our website at BDA Financial. Thank you.